Today, we embark on a journey to deepen our understanding of mindfulness, consciousness, and the transformative power of meditation. Our conference brings together experts, practitioners, and enthusiasts from around the world, united by the common thread of seeking inner peace and excellence through meditation.
सर उसने कैसे लगा रही थी? उसमें टिन्नी केबल लगी हुई, टिन्नी केबल लगी, टिन्नी।
I request everyone, please be seated. We are still waiting for the people to be seated.
रवि इनको टिन्नी केबल दे देना भाई को। रवि नहीं तो जेड केबल नहीं लगा सकते।
Hello. Everybody is requested to take their seats. You have to bear with that. Our Honorable Prime Minister is here on this floor itself.
Where is God? In our childhood, we've been told something. Where is God? Can anybody?
God is within us.
We say God is everywhere. God is everywhere. Where you look, you will find it. Now, quantum physics, they have taken an electron, and if you release it in a room, an electron is a particle and an energy. Particle is what I knew when I read, but an electron by default is energy. An electron by default is energy, a neutron is energy, a proton is energy. Everything that is there in this universe is simply energy. And so he was explaining that when you release a particle in a room, and then that electron is not found anywhere because it's energy. But then when you look for it, it's called observation, double-slit experimentation that the quantum physicists have done. When you look for it, when there is a conscious observer, it becomes matter. It becomes matter. So he was saying that it can be there anywhere because it's energy, but it shows up when you look for it and say, okay, this is where I would like to see, and then it shows up here. This is where I would like to see, it shows up there. That's when I connected, and when I grew up in my childhood, that God is there everywhere that you could look. I never understood what that means, dear friends. But now in this physics terms and science terms, we can understand that it's all energy. Energy becomes matter through observation. Now meditation has a great connection to it because meditation helps us to experience that energy. Meditation helps us to experience that energy that's out there everywhere. It's called quantum field of energy. Now, of course, meditation has tremendous amount of scientific understanding and benefit. That Patriji that I came in contact with long ago was always very, very scientific, had a scientific temperament. And he said, you've got to experiment before you believe something. And meditation is a very, very scientific process. And so being a computer scientist, and I wanted to really, really understand when I followed in practice, and then as I read through some of the literature, and then Patriji handed over to me a book called You Are the Placebo a few years ago, more than 10 years ago. He handed a book and said, you read this book, you'll understand all scientific aspects. Your logical mind will be satisfied. And so when I read that book by Dr. Joe Dispenza, an amazing, amazing work that now there are many, many new spiritual scientists are doing. who are neuroscientists or you are
Let's
also
listen here.
biologists,
एक मिनट
they
में.
are talking about meditation in a very, very scientific term that we can connect. And then when you know enough through a scientific understanding, then we feel like practicing it because what are the releases? And it becomes a very, very scientific process that I feel it is right that we can practice it too. So let's delve deep a little bit into this understanding of meditation. A few scientific terms, but also then we will practice it. Patriji, the beautiful thing about Patriji is that he made meditation democratized. I'll put it that way. Normally, you need someone to teach meditation. Patriji said, your breath is your guru. You need someone to translate. But then that's what Dr. Newton was saying, many to many. He said, many to many because meditation can be easily imparted to everybody, and then the same benefits that you get through a teacher can also be received when you practice meditation just by learning it from even a medium. Electronic made it very easy. So we understand why and how this meditation is simple, but at the same time it's very, very profound, it's very scientific. We are happy that United Nations Meditation Day was declared for December 21st. The thing about this is, it is very, very surprising. United Nations on their website says that a right of everyone to the enjoyment of the highest attainable standard of physical and mental health. Highest attainable standard of physical and mental health through meditation. And so then they say that we bring this in. Meditation provides highest attainable standard of physical and mental health. The good news is that already up to 5% people are practicing meditation. At least they're introduced to meditation. That is the good news about it. Of course, while we have a long journey to go for everyone to make it their regular practice, but its awareness is there, significant awareness is there. So now, throughout the year 2024, we did several conferences. We did a global conference last year, and then we did multiple regional conferences of meditation leaders across India and then in Dubai, in the United States. And then we are very happy, and then upon the Padma Shri Karthikeyan sir's guidance and then his suggestions, so we've been releasing these. We're making resolutions to requesting everyone to adopt meditation, and this resolution comes from United Nations very, very early, so very, very happy about it. We are very happy that it happened so quickly. And now this second global conference, following that, and we are here discussing in a bigger, better way, in a bigger format. As we went through whole of last year, we met many people, very grateful to Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji on this topic. We had multiple conversations. We had conversations into some of the government officials, and then we had conversations with the AIMS and many of them, so All India Medical Sciences and many of them. So finally, the thing that came through is that evidence is very, very important. Ideology is there, but evidence is important. And so then we said this conference must have not only practicality, but also bring in some evidence into it. And so this conference it has talks from masters like Daji, but at the same time we have research that is demonstrating that yes, scientifically it is demonstrated that meditation has a lot of benefits. So my journey into meditation started with Brahmanshi Patriji. I met him back in 1990. He's an amazing master, Zen master, an incredible amount of energy, but an incredible amount of wisdom. And he's the most rarest master. He just always walked barefoot. And then he was very compassionate to give this meditation to every person on the planet. So the first thing he started is to start teaching it to every person in villages of Andhra Pradesh. In his lifetime, he traveled easily 60,000 villages, giving this meditation to every farmer, every person, any village to village. 90% of his life was on the roads and going from village to village. If you go into Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, you wonder, meditation is only an intellectual process and only for special people. Not at all. That's what Patrice demonstrated. There are people at different levels of evolution. Those who are in the body will move up to the mind. Those who are in the mind will move up to the intellect. Those who move at the intellect level will move up to the soul level. So meditation helps everybody at different levels. While we understand that meditation is for self-realization, is for moksha and all of that, those are big words but different, but meditation is very, very practical. Patrice gave a message this morning saying that change and growth are fundamental, and then meditation brings that change. People in the body level move up to mind level, that means your experiences are many. But the people in the mind will move up to intellect level, so that means your experiences are even more many. You're no longer looking for benefit in yourself, but you also look for everybody else. And so Patrice's, the entire wisdom was very, very touching to me. When I first met him, he said, even though I was there in the United States working around patents, that is the moment first time I met him, in a few seconds, because, words are the effects of the mind. And so the moment I asked him a question, he said, you don't know anything as compared to this small boy. You think you know a lot, but you don't know anything compared to this small boy. So learn from him. That boy was meditating. And of course, I didn't know about it. So then it took me some time to understand what this is, and then I experimented, and finally I came to the conclusion that meditation is very, very holistic. One of the biggest myths is that meditation is only for well-being, is for peace of mind. The general sense is, meditation is for peace of mind. Now I am young, and so why do I need meditation? Right? It's only at the time of retirement, okay, you got a lot of time on your hands, so you do meditation. But the thing, dear friends, is that even though I thought I was very successful in my career there at that time, but meditation is very, very holistic and helped me in many aspects. We call them 5 quotients. Physical quotient, that means physical vitality, body health, energy. Illnesses from headache to cancer, everything is getting healed, and then we have thousands of cases of people come into meditation, they heal. And one of the things for me was I used to have a chronic backache, and when the backache healed, then I would lie down for 6 to 8 days. Then only I would go, of course I wanted to avoid surgery. This backache, over a period of time, it resulted, and today I wonder, did I ever have backache? And there is another condition I had, an ear nostril condition, which was medical expert nurses told there is no cure for it. It's a lifelong condition because your nasal decongestion does not happen properly. And so every time I took a flight, my ears would get blocked and they would get unblocked when I come down. And so they said you take these tablets and the nasal sprays and decongestions here lifelong. But tell you what, when I did surface, 4 months after I practiced meditation, that condition disappeared. Now, what do you say for that? Now, these cases are there. I mean, people with IBS, people with acid reflexes, thyroid issues, everything is getting solved through meditation because it's called psychosomaticism. All illnesses are psychosomatic. The psyche is the collection of our mind, our intellect, and our soul nature, and all of it combined is the psyche, and when the psyche changes and the soma changes, the body changes. That is a fundamental principle. It has to be practiced and experienced. And then meditation increases tremendous amount of intelligence, IQ. There is so much of research now, and then some of the slides will show. But then IQ increases, so that means we become growth-minded. A fixed mind, I can't learn, become growth-minded. Meditation is, emotional intelligence is tremendously increased. For everyone, emotional intelligence is tremendously increased. And so then EQ means that we connect better with people. Then another important dimension that many people do not know is the growth aspect that Patrice is talking about, that meditation is helping to people manifest. Very, very popular in our program is that everyone has experience, they want to seek experiences. So manifestation increases the power of our mind and power of our inner power. And meditation increases those of both of them, so whatever you think, you attract. The concept that when I came into meditation is that our thoughts create things, thoughts attract experience into your life. I never believed it. I was having people who are not really cooperating with me at my workplace, and then bosses are biased. then relatives would say something or other. I always thought it's because of them this disturbance is there. But then later I realized when meditation changed my mindset, I recognized that it is through our thought we change the environment. How many people experience that? Through your thought you change the environment. That's great. Thoughts fundamentally create reality. Ya mati sa gathir bhave. Means that as is your buddhi, that is your collection of thought and feeling, or your personality that is drives your personal reality or outer experiences, is fundamentally that MQ quotient or manifestation quotient we call it. With the manifestation quotient, people move away from scarcity to a new consciousness called abundance. That means everything is possible. Everything is possible. Now there is sufficient amount of quantum physics theories are there to support it, experiment, but most importantly we must practice to know it. Right. And then last thing, dear friends, but the least is SQ. I say meditation holistic because it is healing all 5 bodies. Now these can be mapped to the Panchakoshas. It's not only physical body. Dr. H.R. Nagendra is talking about, in many, many dimensions meditation is helping. But most important, there are many of us, we achieve many things and then, money is there, maybe, the good family is there, positions are there, everything is done, but the life is somewhere, something is missing. You say, where am I going? Socrates said, an unexamined life is not worth living. And so then this question will come to each and every one of us at some point. And so then, what is my purpose? Okay, is it all about producing kids and then having positions and then getting something and then retiring? Is that where the life is? Something more. And that purpose is fundamentally understood. It's called spiritual quotient. So every moment is deeply satisfying. That's what meditation did to me personally. And then I moved on to Dr. R.V. Ramaniji is our mentor, and then great inspiration to us in what he has been doing, his purpose. He came out as a medical doctor and then been doing Shankarai Foundation. Amazing, amazing. If you go to their Shankarai Foundation, they're not hospitals, they are like temples. That energy is there. That's how the entire staff works. And so amazing, so thank you, sir. That's the purpose. We all align to a purpose. So then you don't look back. You don't look back. And so, dear friends, meditation is more holistic. It is not just physical body or just a peace of mind and wellness. Everything is there through meditation. All 5 quotients can be deeply, deeply experienced when you meditate. Then, so with this meditation, I came in and I was given the opportunity at Febuary International, a big international meditation center, beautiful pyramid out there in Bangalore. This Patri is written and read that everywhere pyramids must come up. We have a talk later by Anish about pyramid energy. They are free energy devices. Meditation in a pyramid is an order of magnitude powerful because there is so much energy that is there, channelized, and then it's a very, very scientifically proven. So much research in the Eastern countries and Russia and all of these Eastern European countries and now West also. A lot of research is there about pyramid energy. And then Patriji discovered this energy and then he utilized it for meditation purposes. Beautifully utilized for meditation purposes, and so many pyramid meditation centers are built. I had the opportunity to be part of this center. Positive energy flow in pyramid facilitates deep focus and aids meditation. And so this Pyramid Valley Meditation Center is where I met Padmashri, they are Karthikeyan sir, so thank you. This conference we are doing only because of sir's all might and effort. Even a greatest ambassador for all spiritual movements, and this Patriji has been a great, great friend. And then we started this conference facilities last year and doing it, and every regional conference Karthikeyan sir took time to attend and then gave his answers. Thank you very much, sir. So with this, dear friends, and a lot of time and effort for me in Pyramid Valley International, building that center up, it gives great joy when I do meditation service, because meditation helps to move into a service-minded person. By default, we become very, very service-minded, helping in nature. But there is a scientific understanding to it. With this understanding, so the purpose, the call came to me too, at some point around 2015 said, Chandra, I must take meditation to the leadership. Leadership has a lot of resources, and so if they are convinced, and of course then it can go into everyone very quickly. And so that's how Buddha Siya Quantum Foundation gave this name, be a Buddha inside and then be a very successfully experienced life outside as a CEO. It's a symbolic. Buddha CEO means being able to be the best CEO possible by having that inner strength and inner enlightened state inside. So we started Buddha Siya Quantum Foundation with a goal to introduce meditation, bring out the scientific nature of meditation to every leader, and so that the organization communities can really benefit, and the meditation can be rolled in everywhere. So meditation is then scientific, and it trains the mind. There are two aspects to the mind. The restless mind is, jumping. There are any number of thoughts. We are worried constantly. What will happen to me? Can I speak in this meeting? There's big delivery coming up. I'm not able to deliver. So maybe there is a challenge. So can I tell, not tell? Always worry. What will happen to my child? They're not getting good marks. So there is constantly the thoughts are there of the past or the future. It's called restless mind. And the restless mind, do you imagine that there are daily 50,000 thoughts, 85% negative. 85% negative, that's research. So if the thoughts are jumping and the negative thoughts are like constantly, then if you're attracting negative reality constantly, then there is a second element of the meditation, is a limiting mind, which is completely limited, is the beliefs and perceptions. Just like that elephant which is tied to a small peg and it can easily release itself, but it doesn't, because it's trained from the beginning that it is tied to a rope that it cannot free itself, because it just picks up in its mind. Even the elephant can easily release itself. It's called limitation. I can't do this. I can't do that. My education is not that great, and so I cannot get into this. Everything is a limitation. We get limited. We keep forming limitations all the time because the environment is like that. There is a research by Harvard. They have done this, and they took senior citizens and kept them in a resort for 1 week. The resort was decorated to be 20 years back in time. When they did this experiment, 20 years back in time was the 1970s, when the experiment was done in 1990s. 1 week was they asked to be there in this resort, and the resort was decorated to be 20 years back. That means the furniture, the equipment, and the TVs, the dressing set, food habits, everything will change to what 1970s was, that 20 years back in time. So the senior citizens of 40 to 60 years, when they kept in the resort for 1 week, a week later, they started showing up extra height. They are eating more, jumping more, dancing more, sleeping less. And everything they are doing because they became younger by 20 years just by for 1 week in the environment, the new environment created where all the thought is that they are younger. The mind has so much to play. It's mind to matter, dear friend. There is so much research now that mind to matter. As your mind is, so your reality is. And so then in 1 week of time in the resort, they became younger. They behaved very, as if they were 20 years younger in life. And so this limitation has to be removed. There is enough evidence now to say that through old age the wrinkles come. It's because we keep thinking that wrinkles come. Is there enough evidence is there on this aspect that now because what you think is what you create, because now the cells are responding. There is enough research to say that our cells are responding to a thought. The environment of the cell is a thought, and then every thought is energy, and the cell responds and regulates, upregulates and downregulates based on the thought that we create, based on the feeling that we have in our body at that moment. And so this limited mind, and the research shows that 90% of our life events are driven through our limitation, what we think and feel about ourselves. So there's two aspects that fundamentally drive our life. A random life, everywhere stressful life, worryful life. And secondly, that 90% life events are limited by the personality that I form for myself. What happened? Okay, I come from this poor background, I cannot go somewhere. I don't have great education, so I don't think certain things are possible for me. I'm old, so certain things cannot do. So everything is based on the personality. 90% of the life events are there. And so then the thing to do it, friends, when you map these two aspects, they call conscious mind. We map to the brain. There is a conscious mind, subconscious mind aspects that are mapped. And then we need to change our thoughts to change our thoughts and beliefs to have a new reality. And that's meditation and wisdom. That's what we learn from Patrizi, constantly giving that new, empowering spiritual science knowledge. That knowledge slowly reprograms our mind. When I learned the body heals, then I experimented on it. So the last I took medication was in the year 2002. And since then, I didn't have to take medication, and then the body constantly supports. And then even if you fall sick, you can go into meditation and then you're able to heal yourself and you're fine too. It is possible. I'm sure here plenty of people probably that way. Yes or no? How many people live that way? Okay, there are so many of them. That's great. It is possible if you apply the science. It's not just about talking about it to your friends, but meditation gives the strength to apply and then experiment. So that's what it did to me. So how does it happen? Is that the analytical mind is the barrier. We all have an analytical rational mind. When thoughts create reality, when I say this word, does it happen like that? How is it possible? Impossible. And so the analytical mind, based on a past experience, is saying everything is possible, limited, this and that. Not possible. And so what meditation is doing is to calm the analytical mind so that you have access to the subconscious. The subconscious mind, which is where all your personality is defined, beliefs are defined. You have access to the subconscious, so you access it, you examine it, and then you reprogram it once you know which way to reprogram. Right, friends? So meditation is helping us to change the personality. There is a small book called 4 Agreements in our program we talk about. The 4 agreements are very, very simple. Don't take anything personally. Suppose we come here, we do not get a seat that we want. We are used to getting a friend seat, we didn't get anything if we didn't get it. So then what is the typical thing? Saying that, oh, I'm not respected, I'm not recognized. Take it personally. That single thing is sufficient to doing the rest of the day. That single state is sufficient to doing the rest of the day. But meditation helps us to become aware, to look at this, and then change the process to become aware to say, it is not a rejection of me, it is possibly because there is so many things that are happening out here, and so that it is okay. It is really the mind. The Harvard study is there that says that events are neutral. All events are neutral. It is the meaning we give to an event that makes that experience good or not good. It's always that way. A simple thing of not getting recognized to get a friendship can really ruin and say, this guys are not good, this is that, this is it, I never come here. Many conclusions can be made that way to do all the moments. It's simple as that. But the thing is, all of that is happening through only through the meaning in the mind, dear friends. And so if you can change the meaning in our mind with awareness, of course, then we gain our happiness. And that's what meditation is doing. Is that meditation is helping train the mind beautifully, and there's plenty of evidence, and any amount of evidence, but I quoted there a couple of them. The right side is the brainwave frequencies that are all there. And when you meditate, by default, from a stressful state, which is the top, the blue color thing, you go into focused attention state, listening state. Then in the magic of meditation starts, we go into a fast learning relaxation and a positive thinking state. You further go down, you go into a flow state, creative insight, discoveries, innovations. Many musicians, if you listen to some of the musicians and sports people and especially musicians, they go into this quiet state to compose. Because innovation happens in the theta state. Meditation is moving with all of them into all these states very quickly. And then the left side is this study about how meditation is increasing our neocortex, all this, every part of the brain is fundamentally is thickening and thickening and thickening. They check the gray matter, it's called the neurons in the brain are fundamentally they're quite a bit increased for meditators, long-term meditators. And the neurons are increased, and our brain has so many areas and capabilities. The capabilities of the brain are increased, the mental abilities are increased. The concentration power, the reading power, the learning power, creative power, thought power. There are so many powers that everything gets increased through meditation because fundamentally all the brain areas are getting increased. The neural thickness is increasing, neurons increase, the glue increases called neuropeptides, all of that increase. And so there's another thing that meditation does scientifically is it is improving awareness. And awareness improves automatically EQ. It is awareness that is essential. Awareness means in the moment when something is happening, where am I thought, where am I feeling in that moment? Just being able to catch ourselves, to be there. Our boss and I, we have a lot of altercations, and so then the moment boss is coming, our old self may be saying, okay, now I need to just disappear from here because I don't want to have one more poor conversation. But then with meditation, now you're no longer doing the old behavior to run away, because maybe this time your boss may be bringing a great news for you, but you go away from it. And so meditation brings that awareness to say, I have a new way to tackle this. I can be calm, I can be very respectful, I can see what it is before I respond. And so then meditation brings that awareness so that we have the opportunity to respond rather than react. This is a very common term used. So psychologists talk about EQ, emotional intelligence, as awareness, expression, inspiration, empathy, and engagement, and meditation increase all of these areas significantly. Automatically in our life, there is many of these come. And then another important aspect of meditation is doing these friends. This is the neuroplasticity, which is linked to the previous slide that I have shown, that many capabilities, the neurons are getting increased, thickening. And so the neuroplasticity is about growth mindset, thinking out of the box. You know, people who meditate are great employees for the organizations because they have so much reskilling, learning capabilities. They think out of the box. They are looking for new things. They're not rigid about saying. They're not worried about things that can happen. Fearless they become. And so then the neuroplasticity means being able to learn new things. Your knowledge is because of experience. So when you learn new things, automatically go to new experience. So meditation is increasing this changing the brain from neurorigidity to plasticity. A lot of times we try to read a book and say, I can't read, just nothing goes, I feel sleepy. You know why? The reason is because the brain is neurorigid. When it's rigid, it's not able to remember anything. Every time you read something, it has to make neural connections. And the connections are not formed because there is not adequate supply. It's all rigid because there's so much stress is there. Meditation makes it very flexible, and so then you suddenly start learning new. Learning new leads towards your experiences. Right, friends? And so, in many ways, dear friends, meditation is scientific in our research, and we do these multi-week transformation programs. Is one day sufficient? May not. It's definitely not sufficient. You say at least 40 days, and when we do this 40-day program, and then we see remarkable results. And everyone who comes there, at least 30-40% hold on to it, and then see a tremendous amount of results. So meditation, in many ways, very scientifically can be understood, dear friends. So the last thing, dear friends, is very simple. It's not very, you don't have 20 steps to practice. And you don't need to, there's no deeper technicality that, someone difficult to learn and understand. It's very simple practice. It depends on how much I believe. If I believe that it's very difficult, it becomes difficult. Thoughts make things happen that way. But it has to be experimented. And then Patrici simplified the anapanasati meditation as breath mindfulness meditation, because it's simplified by saying anyone can do it anytime, anywhere, doesn't matter, because you'll always incrementally gain some benefit. So what is meditation? There are two aspects to it. It's a process to go within. The first part is ending the restless thoughts of the mind. That's the first part. So then you have a tremendous amount of neurological, physiological, many benefits of it. Our body, our mind, our emotions, all of them greatly get better with the first part of it. But the second thing is a gateway to connect to the intelligence, connect to that heart center that Sri Daji was talking about. Is connected to the intelligence that is there. There is something that is powering each and every one of us. It is not possible to have these billions and billions of cells in the body to operate very coherently unless there is a power. Every second, our body produces a million cells, die, and a million cells come new. So, where is that intelligence? There is something must be there. And so that intelligence that we connect, and we call it, of course, soul, supreme soul, Atma, Paramatma, many things are there. But now in the quantum system, now you can understand, explain that it is a field of energy that exists out there. It's all emptiness and energy that's called quantum energy field. So meditation helps us to connect with that intelligence, that field, and so then many things happen. Your manifestation abilities tremendously grow. Your power of thought increases tremendously. And then of course you align to your purpose of life, because there is something that is designed. If this remote is designed with a purpose, and a mic is designed with a purpose, this cannot be that our human body is random. It cannot be a random existence, because many scientists say it is randomly created and only bones and molecules. Can it be that? And so we have to contemplate and question, because if everything that we create has got power, and then how can such a most intelligent system on the planet can be random? So there is a purpose, and then When you connect to the second element of it, which is what naturally happens in meditation, dear friends, we align to what is my purpose, what should I be doing. Here Dr. Newton, when he came out of NASA and doing MD, he recognized that his entire life he has to do research on spiritual science, the science of spirit. The spirit that exists out there and everything encompasses that spirit. And so I need to do research on it, I need to give this wisdom to everyone, and he's setting up the entire lifetime doing this Quantum Life University, which is awarding degrees and certificate courses in spiritual science at different levels. So thank you, Dr. Newton, to be there. It's great welcome to us. So dear friends, but while those who are the core goals of it, resting the mind and then connecting to the intelligence, the process is very, very simple. It's simple, as simple that it only takes 30 seconds to learn and then practice it for however long that we want. Right? So it's just being mindful of the natural breath. This technique, this meditation that many techniques are there. Many techniques are there, of course. Each one depending on where they are in their evolution process, they connect to different techniques. Only based on their evolution process. They connect to different techniques. But then it's like anything. We start with cycles and we start with the car, we start with the plate, so we get more efficient. So then finally come to the conclusion that if something can be as simple, then of course I'm going to hold on to it. Right? So the more simple a technique is, the more easy or simple, then more it can be widely spread and adopted by people. So that's one of the reasons why Buddha's Quantum Foundation is very, very, and the thesis movement are very, very optimistic and hopeful that this meditation is so simple that it can be adopted by everybody around the world, everyone, without exception. Right? And then even those people who are very, very seriously ill and are on the bed, they can't do any steps of any body movements at all, but they can practice meditation because it's so simple. So it only is about observing the breath, and then automatically mind becomes empty. When mind becomes empty, dear friends, we transcend the body, then we go into, we start connecting to the emptiness around, which is called field of energy or field of quantum. And before we start some practice of meditation, the quantum physics I was trying to talk about in the beginning. We are 99.99% energy, 0.001% matter. This is quantum physics science ever since 1917, that it is there for 100 years now. I was very surprised when I read this statement about 15 years ago. That it is all emptiness and energy. Our body is fully fundamentally all emptiness and energy. Of course, we feel the weight and all of this because of various forces are there. There are 4 different forces, natural forces. And so because of forces, we feel this weight, but otherwise deep inside, when the quantum physics went and looked at it in every atom, they saw that it's all nothingness out there. Nothing is there inside. You're going to the atom, subatomic particles, it's all empty. The emptiness is filled with energy. And then in energy, we're all connected as one. Just like the light bulbs here, everything gets connected as one. And so there is great perfect sense to me that in meditation, when you go in and connect to this, then you are connected to this entire Brahman. There is great perfect sense that Aham Brahmasmi, this great statement is there on Vedas and Scriptures, they say Aham Brahmasmi, I am that. In meditation, they feel that state. And so one practice, when you go into it, then you understand that there is this field of energy where you're all connected, not separate. Because energy is all same. And with this understanding, the meditation is helping us to experience that connectedness. The connectedness initially means that the words that we see, oneness, they're not just words, dear friends. Only when you practice meditation, you understand how does it happen. Because if you are experiencing sufficient connection in the energy level, if you are that, and then automatically, then that feeling of oneness is automatically radiated during your wakeful life through everyone and everything that is there. So, meditation is then moving an individual from what is it for me in every interaction to what is it that, how can I help others? It changes. The moment you recognize that you are connected to everybody, you no longer separate. You no longer see that it is only for me. And so then everyone develops a great service mindset. The employees and every organization benefits greatly with attitude because normally you are worried about doing my deliverable. A meditator is looking and saying, how can I help you? And then I'll take care of myself. This is a fundamentally coming service attitude is very, very natural. It's not because of an intellectual thinking. It's not a cognitive empathy. There are multiple empathies. It's not cognitive empathy. This empathy is coming because you fundamentally connected, and so then you recognize and say, I can help, I can take care. So at this point, dear friends, having understood this science where we said meditation is scientific, meditation is holistic, and the benefits are in many, many areas, we will go into practice it to demonstrate is very, very simple. This whole program has multiple meditations throughout in the 2 days. Right? This is not a conference just with the talks. We are going to meditate. So we'll go into a meditation, dear friends, briefly for some time. And then later again before lunch and then again after tea. So we continue to have. The process is very simple. As I said before, observing our natural breath with our eyes closed is a practice of meditation. You sit down the way you are. You don't have to sit down on the floor. You don't have to keep your spine erect. Everything is an incremental process. Spine erect is required if somebody is wanting to do for 24 hours, 48 hours, 36 hours, more and more. But you are there. And then I want to start somewhere. Yes, please start somewhere with wherever you are. And whichever way body condition is, no problem. Make sure the body is very, very comfortable. When the body is comfortable, mind can be rested. If the body is not comfortable, then mind distraction occurs. So we say, first take a comfortable posture. You cross your feet is great, and then cross your fingers into fingers. These to help the body to lock itself. The restless mind, the stress is sort of making our hands and legs move all the time. So just lock them together, and then closing your eyes. Those of you wearing spectacles, please remove. Those of you wearing spectacles, please remove them. Specs are not required. And then the posture is there, eyes closed, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap, crossing your feet at ankle. Observe your natural breath. This posture, that's normally the posture we are doing in the flights, in the cars when you are sitting down. So that's the same posture, we just do it. Right? And then observe your natural breath. Where do you observe your breath? Anywhere on the nose, preferably in the middle of the eyebrows. So with your eyes closed, I would like you to rest your attention any point on any point in the nose. At the middle of the eyebrows is great. It's called third eye center. And then observe that natural breath, the breath that is going in and coming out. When you observe the breath slowly, your mind becomes empty and empty and empty. Thoughts become less and less. As thoughts become less and less, and mind is going into emptiness, then emptiness is energy. That's quantum physics. And so then you experience that energy, the states of emptiness, quietness, all of it. Energy can be felt as sensation, movement, lightness, many things. Witness all of it if you are noticing them. And be with it. In case you have thought, and thoughts will come, and it is okay to have thoughts. And when thoughts come, bring your attention back to the breath, dear friends. And again observe the breath. I'm going to play light music. I will also do little bit guidance. We go into this meditation at this point, dear friends. Relax yourself. Be with your breath, dear friends. for 30 seconds. Five, four, three, two, 1, 0. Slowly keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you can open your eyes, please. Okay, dear friends. That's breath mindfulness meditation. Let's give a big clap to meditation. How are you feeling? Calm, relaxing. But there are many, and we're going to conclude here. There are many benefits, there are many experiences that are possible in meditation. How many people felt lightness in your body? Heaviness, where your head is heavy or some part of the body is heavy. Anybody felt some kind of body movements and head is jerking off forward, moving sideways, right ways, left ways? What about whirling and floating sensations? Anybody feel that your body is floating, lifting up? These experiences are all possible when you practice this simple meditation, and they're all our energy experiences. In meditation, we are transcending the body because we withdraw sensory perceptions. When you're doing pratyahara, then your sensory perceptions are withdrawn. And so then, of course, your mind is empty, thoughts are away, and so then form is gone. Senses are gone, you disconnect from the space, form is gone, disconnect from the time, and so then you're suddenly into the field of energy. You are experiencing your all other bodies, dear friends. And so when you experience energy bodies, we are receiving all these, we experience all of those that you've seen here. Common, what we do is that we continue meditation practice even though we have all of them. We simply witness them and then keep moving forward. Some experience may be relevant. At that point we will know it, what to do with them. And then there's a huge science here. And this can be beautifully practiced, this can beautifully learned through various programs. PSS movement has something called pyramid meditation channels. As the pyramid meditation channels in all languages beam this information in many languages, and Buddha's Quantum Foundation is doing this program. So we'll learn through it during this whole conference. Meditation is scientific and holistic. We wanted to conclude that it's very scientific, and so there's not a ritual, it's not something you have to believe and do it. Number two, it's holistic. It's not just for the body. It is for all bodies. And then meditation is very simple to adopt, and so that is the purpose. And if you felt that this meditation is very simple, then of course it can be adopted by everyone. And so thank you very much. Thank you very much, and so we'll continue to meet again. So thank you. It's a really great honor and pleasure for Buddha's Quantum Foundation to be doing this work in association with all the partners. And when we met, Dr. H.R. Nagendra was ready to agreed to be a partner, and then Heartfulness Institute came forward to be a partner, and then many of them came together to give lending their support that, yes, this is required. So we really thank all our partners too, and so thank you very much.
What an empowering session, as always. Meditation is the greatest gift which one can give to oneself, and through meditation only we overcome our limiting beliefs and achieve blissful state of mind. Now, I would like to call upon Shri Anish Ji to facilitate Chandra Ji. Anish Ji is the founder of sadho.org and Bodhishala Conscious Leadership Academy. I welcome you, sir. I would request Shri Anish Ji to give a message.
Yeah.
Namaste and thank you everybody. Chandraji, what a wonderful scientific explanation of the meditation and the role and the need for this. I'll not take much time, 2 to 3 minutes maximum. I've come here from the Himalayas. The science of meditation that Chandraji so very well explained to all of us, we experienced that. It's a very ancient science actually. It started thousands of years ago. Once, Adi Shakti was sitting on the lap of Shiva at Kailash mountain. And she asked Shiva, this whole human race that you have created on earth, they keep struggling between the heavens and hells that are there. First she asked, where is this heaven and hell? Shiva said, it's the creation of the mind of human being. I have given them the freedom to create their own heaven and hell. We call it Sukha and Dukha, which you and I constantly create 24/7. Shiva said, I have given that power to every human being. Devi said, well, then what is Ananda? Which is beyond Sukha and Dukha, as you say. What is that state which is beyond all the Sukha and the Dukha? Is there a state like that? Because I keep hearing the word from your mouth, O great Shiva, the word called Ananda. How do I attain to that? How do people, human beings, attain to that? And that's when, while Adi Shakti was still sitting on the lap of Shiva, in the beloved embrace, Shiva shared 112 techniques of meditation with her. The world knows these techniques as Vijnana Bhairav Tantra. All the meditation techniques across the world, any culture, any tradition, any country, are just the combinations of these 112 techniques. It's the moola from where everything has emerged, everything that takes you to Ananda emerges. So this science is extremely ancient as this earth, as ancient as Shiva is. I would conclude with that. My congratulations to all of you for being here and to the organizers. Thank you, Chandra.
I would request to felicitate Anishji. Session, a track talk on holistic excellence by Dr. R.V. Ramani. But before that, we are going to see a small video that why holistic excellence is important in our lives. Yeah.
Aaron Rucker's song, I Am Beautiful, I reflect on the essence of true beauty. In the fast-paced landscape of modern life, we often find ourselves entangled in endless pursuits, seeking fulfillment in external achievements. But what if the key to true excellence lay within? What if the path to success, resilience, and happiness was rooted in the simple act of stillness, of mindful awareness? This is where meditation emerges as a beacon, a timeless practice that transcends cultures and generations, guiding us towards a holistic way of living. Today we embark on a transformative journey, exploring how meditation fosters holistic excellence. Through the inspiring experiences of remarkable individuals, we uncover the profound impact of mindfulness in shaping lives and unlocking the highest potential within us all. Recent developments worldwide highlight the world's commitment to integrating meditation into organizational and societal frameworks. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji inaugurated the world's largest meditation center, spanning 300,000 square feet with the capacity to accommodate 20,000 individuals. This monumental structure, Swarved Mahamandir Varanasi, symbolizes India's dedication to promoting meditation's benefits on a grand scale. Center of Excellence in Meditation and Wellness, established by the Pillai Institute of Management Studies and Research, this initiative fosters meditation-based stress management and well-being among students and faculty. The United Nations General Assembly, with India's leadership, officially recognized December 21st as World Meditation Day, reinforcing meditation's role in mental health and well-being. Ramesh Kondamutti from USA suffered from severe migraines and a C6 and C7 disc bulge. But meditation brought a profound shift in his health and overall well-being. His relationship with colleagues and clients improved, bringing greater happiness and harmony in the workplace. Today, he is deeply committed to service and uplifting others.
I started this meditation with my severe migraine headache. After I started few days of practicing this meditation, I see significant change. And also I have a pre-hypertension. After practicing of 3 weeks of this meditation, it became normal.
Vinny Kishore, a homemaker from Mumbai, struggled with an autoimmune condition that left her body stiff and unmovable. Through 3 years of meditation, she not only healed completely, with doctors declaring her disease-free, but also developed emotional intelligence and balance. Meditation opened new doors for her, making book reading a daily habit and deepening her understanding of neuroplasticity. Today, she enjoys trekking, something she once thought was impossible.
एक स्टिल डिजीज ऑटोइम्यून डिसऑर्डर है, मैं उससे जूझ रही थी, तो मेरी पूरा बॉडी स्टिफ रहती थी. मेजर मैंने ध्यान किया, सुबह 1 घंटा, शाम को 1 घंटा, और बुक रीडिंग मैंने स्टार्ट कर दिया. फिर पत्री जी का एक वर्ड मुझे मिला, न्यूरोप्लास्टिसिटी. वो न्यूरोप्लास्टिसिटी में का मतलब ही ब्रेन की रिवायरिंग करना, न्यू ब्रेन पैटर्न्स क्रिएट करना.
Suma Reddy, once a homemaker from Karnataka, turned to meditation while her husband lay in a coma after an accident. She held a 41-day meditation class by his bedside, and miraculously he began to gain consciousness and eventually walked again. Realizing the power of meditation, she continued to serve her community and took on a significant role in a political party after impressing them with her dedication. Today, she is a leading woman figure in a political party, spreading the transformative power of meditation to party members and the public. Shakti Kumar, a CA student, once struggled with low confidence and poor concentration, believing he couldn't excel in studies. Through meditation, he gained accountability and focus, achieving an unexpected 83% in his 12th grade. Now, even in the face of challenges, he finds solutions effortlessly. Inspired by his transformation, he teaches meditation to friends and fellow youth.
நான் வந்துட்டு ஒரு லாஸ்ட் ரேங்க் இருந்த ஒரு பர்சன், மெடிடேஷனுக்கு அப்புறம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா 12th வந்துட்டு 83% எடுத்தேன். இந்த மெடிடேஷன் மூலயமா என்னோட தாட்ஸ் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப பாசிட்டிவா மாறுச்சு. நம்மளால எல்லாமே முடியும், நம்ம வந்துட்டு ஹாப்பி லைஃப் வந்துட்டு லிவ் பண்ணலாம்.
Isha Singhal from West Bengal overcame depression and multiple health issues through meditation. Despite her son's heart condition, she has learned to face challenges with clarity and resilience. Meditation has empowered her with inner strength, acceptance, and the right mindset to navigate life's difficulties with peace and confidence.
So I've gone through brain stroke and my son has some heart problem. The counselor told me to do meditation for 6 hours. It started with meditation, vegetarianism. The experience was so good in a week when I did meditation. My journey has changed a lot with all this. And I'm so happy. I want to add, because I joined because of my son. So I learned parenting also with it. What I was then and what I am today is 2 different persons.
Dr. Harjinder Kaur, a cognitive psychologist, always felt there was more to life. After learning meditation, she made the bold decision to dedicate herself to spreading meditation across Punjab. Guided by self-talk and nature, she follows her intuition, and through this shift, her life has become a beautiful journey of purpose and fulfillment.
अपनी श्वासों के साथ होती हूँ तो मुझे एक आवाज़ सुनता है कान में टी की तरह, तो उसके बाद मुझे ऐसे अपने आप से कनेक्शन हो जाता है कि ये मेरे लिए गाइडेंस है. तो उसके बाद फिर मेरी अपने ही शब्दों में, मेरी अपने ही सेल्फ टॉक के जरिए मुझे आंसर अपने आप को आता है. सबसे पहले तो मैंने स्कूल्स में ध्यान शुरू किया था हमने सिखाना, और अब भी मैं स्कूल्स में सिखा रही हूँ और जहाँ कहीं भी मौका मिल जाए.
These journeys exemplify the essence of holistic excellence, a harmonious integration of mind, body, and spirit. It is an essential practice for those who strive for excellence in all aspects of life.
Honor, I invite Padam Shri Dr. R.V. Ramani ji
and enlighten us with their vision and wisdom. Padam Shri Dr. R.V. Ramani ji is the founder of Shankara Eye Foundation India, established in 1977 to eliminate preventable blindness. The foundation operates a nationwide network of eye hospitals providing high quality care. Dr. Ramani pioneered the Gift of Vision program, offering free eye care to rural poor, with 80% of beneficiaries receiving free services. His leadership has restored sight to millions, earning him the mic is there.
Once again, I would like to congratulate the entire team for organizing this World Conference on Meditation. Chairman, Dr. D.R. Karthikeyan. Some people are like a lighthouse, always trying to guide, inspire, and direct others with passion and conviction. One such person, the way he has mentored, please give him a big hand. The way he has mentored the Buddha CEO Foundation, I've been witness to it right from the very first, perhaps around 4 to 5 years back. A person with a conviction, courage of conviction about meditation and its benefit, who has taken it with passion and perseverance. Mr. Chandra and his wife, Mrs. Vani. Please give them a Dear friends, so far you have heard from real stalwarts in meditation, and with a wonderful disposition by Mr. Chandra on meditation. I'm not going to talk on meditation at this point of time. I'll be a misfit. Rather, I would like to share with you my thoughts on excellence. Excellence with few instances where we have witnessed excellence. All of us are concerned about our health. The World Health Organization defined health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. That is how it was defined. Subsequently, in the year 2024, they added to the definition, they said, beyond this, physical, mental, and social well-being, emotional and spiritual were added in the year 2024. So health is not just simply saying that, hey, I'm healthy, I don't have a disease. Beyond that, there are different parameters, different aspects to be taken care. Now, Mr. Chandra mentioned about holistic. What is holistic? An all-embracing approach that views every aspect of a matter as a cohesive whole rather than a collation of isolated particles. It's on the whole, holistic. To put it in simple terms, holistic is about looking at the trees without losing sight of the forest. That is precisely the holistic. Now let us briefly think about excellence. Excellence it has come from a Latin word called excelsus. What is excelsus? It means beyond the high. Beyond the high. We are in this auditorium and there is a roof. Perhaps if there is yet another floor, that is slightly higher than what it is, what we are all experiencing here. Excellence means beyond the high. It is consistently doing your best and challenging yourself to exceed the norms. Every time, challenging yourself to exceed the norms. Excellence is never an accident. It is well planned, well executed, with energy and direction. It is a wise choice of many alternatives, not by chance. Friends, excellence is not a goal. Excellence is a pursuit. It's an ongoing pursuit. Whatever we are doing today, we need to do slightly better tomorrow and perhaps the day after. So it is a pursuit, ongoing pursuit, a challenge. And that's why it's charming as well. Swami Vivekananda said, it all starts with a dream. Everything starts with a dream. He said, take one idea, have a dream, think of it, dream of it. Let every part of your body, your bones, your muscles, your nerves, your brain, every part of your body reverberate with that thought and leave all other thoughts alone. And that is the way to succeed. Standing example here, Mr. Chandra. For him it is only meditation. He dreamt of meditation, he mastered meditation, he's sharing with all of us. So, Swami Vivekananda has rightly said, one has to be focused. Our own Dr. Abdul Kalam Bharat Ratna, he often says, have a dream which doesn't come to you when you're fast asleep, but a dream is one which doesn't allow you to sleep. It doesn't allow you to sleep. Small dream is a crime. Small dream is a crime. Dream big. Have a big dream. That's what Dr. Kalam says. Steve Jobs, when he started his company, he didn't say that I'm going to manufacture computers and phones. He did say, I want to put a ding in the universe. I want to put a ding in the universe. So that is the kind of a dream, if everyone can have, definitely that will be the approach towards excellence. Friends, a couple of real experiences I would like to share with you at this point of time. A friend of mine who was heading the Unilevers and later joined the Tata Sons, Mr. Gopalakrishnan, he mentioned this to us. I believe in London, in the early 90s, people never knew about the Indian cuisine at all. They were all so enamored by the Japanese cuisine and the Chinese cuisine, they never knew about the Indian cuisine. Taj had a big hotel in London, has a big hotel now. Somewhere in 93, 94, they started a restaurant and named it as Taj Koilon. Some of you are from Kerala might know that there's a place called Koilon in Kerala. So they named it as Taj Koilon. After starting Taj Koilon, the very next year, just 2 years, it became a runaway hit. People slowly started forgetting about the Chinese and the Japanese cuisine. And the evening at 5, there used to be a long queue in front of this Koilon restaurant. It was a magic. Everyone was surprised. And Gopal went there and he called the head chef. One Mr. Sriram Ailur had asked him, Sriram, tell me, how did you make this magic happen? And Sriram said, sir, I work for 10 months, I don't take leave. At the end of the 10 months, they give me 2 months leave. I go back home. I spend 2 weeks in my house with my family. And the next 6 weeks, I go to coastal Kerala. I go to the fishermen villages. Keep changing every day from one village to another. And in the evening, when the women folks start cooking, I go and watch. I observe. I take down notes. By the time I complete the 6 weeks period in different villages, different houses, I will have around 20 out-of-the-world recipes, which no one has tasted. I go back to Taj Kailon and introduce, and it becomes a hit. Friends, this is excellence. A chef who has proved himself as the head chef in a hotel like Taj, if he feels that I need to excel, I need to learn year after year, day after day, hour after hour, that is excellence. My own experience when I was a child, I was a school student. My father, Dr. Ramanathan, he had a driver by name Abdul. And he also had a car. Those days, it used to be called as A40, Austin of England, a black, beautiful car. This Abdul, a young man, throughout the day, he'll be just cleaning and wiping the car. Throughout the day, a black, beautiful car, he'll keep on doing that. And as playful children, we go and touch that, he'll just remove our hand and say, don't touch, don't spoil my car. That is the pride. And those days, we never had this, automatic transmission. It's all manual gears. And people have to jam the brake whenever somebody, crossroads and all that. But what Abdul used to do is, by the time he's getting closer to a road cross, from the top gear, you just press the clutch and move over to the third gear, and the vehicle will slow down beautifully. Then on to the second gear. By the time he does that, it will just come to literally a stop. Traveling with him was an experience. It's something like, not like going in a car, it used to be flying like experience. That is excellence. A driver could keep on improving his capacity and become an expert in that particular field. Yet another instance, which all of us are aware, when the bomb blast happened in Taj, Mumbai. All of us know about that. A lot of guests were there, I believe, in the hotel at that point of time. In one of those, and multiple conference halls, small, big and all that, one of those small little hall, there were about 45 guests. They had a dinner party. And there was one girl, Taj employee, hardly 24 years. She was in charge. She was the banquet manager for that. The moment she heard the blast, she heard the various gunshots along the corridor, she quietly closed the door. She switched off all the lights, went to each and every guest and whispered, please be quiet, lie down, I'm here. We will ensure that all of you are safe. And she was watching carefully, and by the time the movement of those terrorists on the corridor went on to the other side, she started working. She removed all the tall curtain cloths from the windows, tied it up, this was in the first floor, tied it up and make a kind of a rope and put it outside the window, and one by one, she ensured all the guests were taken out for safety, and then she followed them to safety. And that is excellence. For all that, she is not equipped to handle a situation like this. Perhaps she is an MBA to take care of a hotel management. But when an instance, when a demand, when a need comes up, she has proved herself as an excellent person. Friends, excellence is a way of life. Excellence is a pursuit. As the speakers mentioned briefly, it has an impact on our physical health, mental health, spiritual health. Meditation has an impact. Yoga and meditation, all of us are convinced. We saw the film just now. We heard Mr. Chandra explaining it again and again beautifully. So yoga and meditation have a strong effect on our physical health, enhancing the health, reducing the stress, giving us the energy, because balanced breathing techniques are known for that. Bharatiyar, the famous Tamil poet, some of you might have heard of him. Bharatiyar is a famous poet. I'll just say in Tamil whatever he had written on this about the physical body, and then I will translate it in English for the benefit of everyone. Bharatiyar says in Tamil, Nallador Veenai Sede, Adai Nalam Keda Purudil Erivadundo. Solladi Sivashakti, Enai Sudarmigum Arivudan En Padaitai. Vallamai Tarayo, Manilam Payanura Vadvadatke. This is what he says. He compares this human body, God-given human body, to a beautiful veena. Out of all the instruments, musical instruments, you and me are familiar with, you would agree that veena is a beautiful instrument. And he says, Nallador Veenai Sede. The body, what God has given to us, is like a beautiful veena. Out of our ignorance, not caring for our own health, should we throw it to dust? Should not. Because this body is required very much in a healthy way, if at all we are to be of some service to the society, to the community, our own family for that matter. Friends, I know the scarcity of time. I'll try to be a bit more brief. As far as the mental well-being is concerned, again, there is an impact. Meditation has a profound impact. Mr. Chandra mentioned about psychosomatic, our own field. Brain has a strong influence on the body. Brain has a control on the body. That is psychosomatic. In our medical profession, all of you would have seen, there are some clinics where hundreds of patients are waiting. Some other clinic hardly it's empty. Both the doctors have done the same medicine. This man is successful and that man isn't. We call this particular successful person as a very lucky person. He touches you, you'll be all right. No. This person has mastered the art of communication. How to impress the brain. A simple example. Someone walks into my consultation chamber and says, Doc, I got a sore throat. I ask him, please sit down. I put a torch. I'm able to see an infected tonsils. I take a paper. I scribble an antibiotic, an antihistamine, an anti-inflammatory, a B complex. Give the paper to him and tell him go. This guy is walking out thoroughly dissatisfied. He says, what the hell is this, doctor? He just asked me to open my mouth through the torch and scribbled something and gave it to me. He is not happy. His brain is not happy. He walks out thoroughly dissatisfied. Believe me, for the next 10 days, he will not get well at all. Another patient with the same complaint. I asked him, I know his name is Ram. I can see it in my computer. I said, good morning, Mr. Ram, please come and sit. Broken the ice. He sits there. Then I ask him, tell me the problem. Same problem. He says, sore throat and all that. I just write it down. Then I examine thoroughly the oral cavity, the nostrils, the lungs for lower respiratory infection. At the end of my diagnosis is clear. It's acute tonsillitis. At the end of it, I write the same antibiotic, antihistamine, anti-inflammatory and B complex. Give it to him and pat him on his shoulder and say, look, you will be all right. He's so satisfied. He said, what a great doctor he is. I also tell him, don't expose yourself to air conditioning, have warm water, saline gargling. He walks out, says, what a wonderful doctor he is. He asked me about my disease. He examined me thoroughly, gave me the diagnosis, also the do's and don'ts. A great doctor. I tell you, within 24 hours, he'll be all right, and I become a lucky doctor. So this is how psychosomatic, what Mr. Chandra was mentioning. So meditation helps to see that our mind is calm, aware of what we are doing, and pursue what we want to. Spiritual health. Again, meditation has a strong influence on spiritual health. It tells us self-acceptance, cultivating inner peace, mindfulness, aham brahmasmi he mentioned, and non-judgmental about others. Divinity has an influence in our lives. Just to share a real experience, what happened, how divinity has an experience, has an impact. In Akbar's palace, there used to be a poet, Tansen. the greatest poet, singer. Raga Darbar, whenever he sings, I believe it used to be out of the world. Once he did so, Akbar came down and hugged him and said, Tansen, you are the greatest musician in the whole world. I would like to give you half my kingdom. Tansen said, Alam, please don't say that. If you listen to my guru, you will say that what I am singing is absolutely nothing. Akbar got infuriated. You have insulted me. Show me your guru right now. Tansen said, yes, sir, let us go. Both of them on 2 horsebacks. It was a full moon night. The banks of Yamuna river, they were going. From somewhere they heard after some time the Raga Darbar coming in the air. They moved further. They could not go in on the horseback. They got down and started walking. As they got closer and closer, their legs started trembling. The power of music was so much, so divine. At the end of it, they saw a small little Krishna temple and a beggar singing there, sitting and singing Raga Darbar. Tansen told Akbar, Alam, he is my guru. Whatever, the raga is the same, but I'm after all singing in your palace and he's singing in the Lord's palace. So divinity, in whatever form, we believe in almost all the religions. All are inherently divine. So divinity has a strong impact in whatever we do. Friends, before I conclude, a very pet subject of Chandra is vegetarianism. Vegetarianism again has an impact on our physical, mental, spiritual health. We are walking on the road, suddenly a lorry comes and then they bang the horn. We get a shock. Why? Because huge amount of cortisol is secreted in the body. When these animals are butchered, I've actually seen such thing. They have a sense that they know they're going to be killed. They are moved closer to the guillotine. They try to resist. 3-4 people have to push. And when that knife comes and cuts the neck, I was told, huge quantities, liters and liters of cortisol secreted in the body of that animal. And all of them get embedded in the muscles of the animal. And that is what is consumed directly, so injurious to human health. So vegetarianism is something all those who are practicing meditation should propagate vegetarianism. Friends, Dr. Abdul Kalam, because one of the things they mentioned to me is one family, one world. I do not know how many of you have read a nice poem written by Dr. Kalam. I'll just read it for you. It's called Life Tree. Life Tree. It says, this poem, which was conceptualized when Dr. Kalam was flying between the cities of Hyderabad and Delhi. As he looked down from the skies, all he saw were the pristine white clouds covering all of human habitat. All he had for company were his friend Vidyasagar and the majestic moonlight. It prodded him into asking some very pertinent questions. He says, "Oh, my human race, how we were born in the universe of near infinity. Are we alone? There was a divine echo in the full moon night from my creator," he writes. Shaken, bewildered and wondered, the echo engulfed me and my race. You, the human race, is the best of my creation. You will live and live. You give and give till you are united in human happiness and pain. My bliss will be born in you. Love is the mission of humanity. You will see every day in this life tree. What beautifully he had written. Values which all of us have to cherish and inherit as practitioners of meditation. nature is again a best teacher. When I see Dr. DRK, I'm reminded on this again. Nature is the best teacher. There are a lot of qualities. For want of time, I'm not going into it. Only one aspect I would like to touch upon. In Tamil it says, ஏறுவோர் அனைவரையும் குனிந்து வரச் சொல்கின்றது, இறங்குவோர் அனைவரையும் நிமிர்ந்து செல்லச் செய்கின்றது, மலை சொன்னது, பணிந்து வாழ்ந்தால் உயர்ந்து போவாய், நிமிர்ந்து திரிந்தால் இறங்கி போவாய். It talks about humility. The mountain says, you want to climb me? Bend yourself. You bend yourself, you can climb the mountain and reach the top. The moment you are there, your ego, your head is heavy, no time you'll be down below. Humility and simplicity is the essence of life as we grow in our ladder. I conclude. Right from our school days, we were impressed with the definition of life by Harry Emerson. Harry Emerson, a famous thinker, he says that you cannot call everyone born in this world as someone who was born and then he lived and died. No. What is it to have lived in its proper perspective? Emerson defines to laugh often and much, to win the appreciation of honest critics, to endure the betrayal of false friends, to win over the affection of children, to love beauty, to make this world a bit better, whether by a green garden patch or a redeemed social condition, to know that even one life breathes easier because we lived, that is to have succeeded. The definition. Friends, I conclude. There's a wonderful opportunity for me to meet so many people and interact as well. Humor is also the essence of life. Humor. Without humor, there is no life at all. As meditative experts also, we should also enjoy humor. And one of the qualities all of us have to imbibe is patience. Patience, patience. And we doctors, we have to be more patient when we deal with our patients as well. The other day, a friend of mine had a small little cut injury, finger. It was bleeding. This guy looked around and there was a doctor's clinic. A lot of people were seated there. He walked in because he wanted to have a dressing. One sister came and pushed him onto the bench. He showed his finger. She was very busy. She went away. Within a couple of minutes, the second sister came and removed his shirt and banian. He showed his finger. That lady, very seriously, she removed his shirt and banian and went. Another couple of minutes, the third sister came and kept a thermometer in his mouth. He started fuming. He turned around, there were 40 guys like him, all with their shirt and banian out and a thermometer in the mouth. Then came the fourth sister. Very religiously took the thermometer out from the first person, recorded the temperature, came up to him and did so. He shouted at the fellow sitting next to him, "What the hell is this? Is it a mental asylum? I came for a cut injury and this is what they did for me. I'm going to complain to the chief medical officer." And that man said, "Patience. Be patient. Look at me. I'm the postman for this region for the past 25 years. Every day I will come. They will remove my shirt and banian. Keep a thermometer also. At the end of it, I'll go and give them a post and I'll go away. Just for one day, why are you so impatient?" Friends, I hope I have not tested your patience today. I conclude. Meditation binds the world. It brings people together. One world, one family. Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. Tagore, in Gitanjali, those golden words, he beautifully says, whatever we want to say on this one world, one family. Few lines of Gitanjali, Rabindranath Tagore says, where the head is held high, where the mind is without fear, where the knowledge is free, where the words come from the depth of truth, where the world is not broken down by narrow domestic walls, into that heaven of freedom, my Father let my country awake. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. It was such a beautiful session and we all enjoyed thoroughly. Now, I would like to call upon Mrs. Monica Bahel to felicitate Dr. R.V. Ramani ji. Mrs. Monica Bahel is the Chief Executive Officer of Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill Council with 27 years of experience in leadership roles involving strategic planning and organization building. She has extensively worked across India, Southeast Asia, and Gulf region to establish and operate brands. And among many other laurels to her credit, she has been bestowed with the prestigious Asia GCC Award for Excellence and Leadership in 2021. I know we all are hungry, we all are sitting for so long, but the strength of our claps, that the sound should not stop. Yes. And we would love to have some good words from Mrs. Monica also. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Vinita ji. And it's very difficult to match up to anything what Dr. Ramani has already spoken to. He's set the standard bar so high, but I'll still try. Thank you so much to the organizers for conducting this, organizing this big event today. Thank you, Chandra ji, Madhur, Vinita, everyone for having me here. I'm only here to share with you in our little way under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, which I'm representing today, what we are doing. I come, sir, from the school of thought, and correct me if I'm wrong, that we all had been eternal Buddhas in our past, and we will be eternal Buddhas in our future also. This life that we get today is also, we are born as Buddhas. But what we do with our life in this lifetime is what decides how excellent, which is excellence in a constant pursuit, will we be able to take it. So life is B. That's birth to death. And what Mr. Chandra, your last slide said, the C in between B and D, that the choices we make in our life decides how well lived a life will be, as what Dr. Ramani ended his line with. So from Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, we all are making a small effort to have everyone get these choices right in their life, and that too starting from a very young age. So we've introduced, with the help of our Honorable Vice Chairperson, Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji, we've introduced yoga and meditation, sir, as a subject in schools, in middle school education, both in government schools and CBSE schools. So Dr. Nagendra ji had made the entire curriculum. So these have been made very small in terms of 12 hours module for students to get it right from the time that their minds are very, very impressionable. And I would request each one of you, whosoever, in whichever part of the country you are, if you have time, please do visit some of our schools and guide our students, because you're teaching them the right way of meditation, the right way of experiencing life and making choices will really help them. And we are in our own way just being catalyst to help touch one life in a positive manner, the way Dr. Ramani ended. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Monica Bahel. And I would like to invite Mr. Prashant Agarwal, founder of Wazir Advisors, to felicitate her. Now, we have another enriching session of learned leaders sharing on mindful leadership. I would like to call Dr. Isaac Bhatai, Shri Raj Kumar, and Dr. Asha Parekh on the stage. Dr. Isaac Bhatai, founder and chairman of Sophia International Holistic Health Center in Bangalore, leads
India's first NABH accredited Ayush Hospital, a global expert in integrative medicine. He treats patients from over 100 countries and consults at holistic health centers in Europe and USA, emphasizing early intervention and holistic healing. We welcome you, sir. Shri Rajkumar, MD, Shri MTK Textiles Private Limited, began his business journey in cotton trading in 1997 before expanding into renewable energy. Over 2 decades, he built wind and solar assets across 4 states. A socially responsible leader, he supports education and healthcare, while meditation shapes his personal and professional growth. Welcome you, Mr. Rajkumar. And Dr. Asha Pai, a retired pediatrician from Jacksonville, Florida. She had 30 years medical career before deepening her spiritual journey. Practicing Anapanasati meditation, she actively lead book clubs and host meditation sessions, striving to integrate mindfulness, healing, and science into daily life. We welcome you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So we have 3 wonderful, accomplished leaders on the stage now, sir and gentlemen and lady. So we'd love to hear your experience about you practicing meditation and how it benefited you, and how others can immediately practice as well, right? So we'll start with Dr. Isaac Matai.
Namaskaram. Thank you very much for inviting me for this wonderful event. And Sai and Chandra, they were meeting with me. I had an opportunity to visit the meditation center 2 weeks ago. And I'm associated with the magazine for last almost 35 years. And there are a lot of conferences, radical scientific back in Bangalore and many other parts. I'm a practicing meditation practitioner. I practice myself for the last 40 years. I was introduced when I was a medical student to meditation, first with the transcendental meditation. Then I started to teach yoga, meditation, nose washing, breathing techniques in Europe and in London. And some of the world famous people. I'm teaching meditation and practicing as a holistic physician. But over a period of time, in my center, we practice different kind of meditations. We teach our patients different kind of meditation. And I would also do that, as I would say, along with all the different systems of medicine we practice under one roof. And we have 125 nationalities coming to our center for medical or health improvement. We teach, all of them do one common thing is yoga, pranayama, and meditation. And one of my most favorite meditation is the candlelight meditation, which improve your focus and concentration and intellect, and ideas come through. One of my practices, I deal with the patients. Sometimes the patients asking them to do meditation as a morning and evening sessions and learning meditation is not good enough. Some deep spiritual issues, which I am very happy that Dr. Ramani was mentioning about being a world famous doctor, is mentioning about the impact of the spirit, impact on the spirit, the trauma in the spirit, toxicity in the spirit. Meditation is one of the best tools to heal that. And some occasions, some very complex medical conditions with the trauma going back to 30, 40, 50 years, I sit with them and do a common meditation between us for 2-3 minutes, telling them this is what we are going to do in this meditation, that you seek intervention from God's intervention to cleanse your spirit. And that intervention of cleansing the spirit heal them. So in any healing, whether it's a Western medicine or traditional medicine or naturopathy or Ayurveda, healing is divine in origin. The true healing. Curing a disease, doing a surgery, that's a different story. Even yesterday evening, I was talking to many people. They said that even a best surgeon do a surgery, the healing, it's a technique, but the healing happens by the divine intervention. And I see that in my practice all the time, and miracle healing, because we cannot explain that sometimes the essence of healing. So meditation, my personal life also, meditation gave me a huge impact and benefit and success. And all my colleagues ask me, what is the secret of you? I don't think that somebody has a secret. Dr. Ramani has done global work. Is it a secret? Is it dedication and God's grace and your selfless work for helping people? And I learned that through meditation. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Mathai. Now, before we move into another doctor, we'll probably hear from Sri Raj Kumarji.
Very happy afternoon to all my soulmates. It is my pleasure to be part of this August gathering discussing about how this simple technique called meditation can transform one's life. At this time, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my good friend Balu, who had introduced me to Chandra sir, Vani ma'am, and to his wonderful team. My gratitude goes to Brahmashri Patriji, Dr. Karthikeyan sir, for their relentless work spreading meditation across the globe, inspiring and transforming millions. My heartfelt gratitude goes to Chandra sir, Vani ma'am, Sai Krupa sir, Rakesh sir, and their wonderful team whose dedication and commitment in taking this message across. Friends, I'm happy to share my personal journey of meditation last 4 years. Initially, with a lot of reluctancy and judgment, I started this practice. As a person, I'm a workaholic. I would put in a lot of hard work in getting things done in my business. In the process, I get stressed up. I didn't know how to overcome this issue. After consistent practice of meditation for a few weeks, I could see noticeable changes in the outcome. I was able to approach to issues much calmer and composed. I was able to understand that higher energy is working for me. I was able to experience a flow in my life so that I was able to surrender to this process. I was also having few health challenges like anxiety, palpitations, digestion issues. I used to get blackouts at times when I get stressed up. As I said, after a few weeks of consistent practice, I was able to see that I was overcoming and these challenges were slowly disappearing from me. It was incredible. I wanted to know more about meditation. Chandra sir, Vani ma'am advised me and gifted me few books to know more about meditation and the science behind meditation. I started inculcating this habit. I started understanding my own thoughts create my reality. I started manifesting goals, manifesting miracles. One is such, I'm able to speak in the stage with such audience. It's a miracle. It's true, actually. So it was truly amazing. I started discussing this about to my friends, relatives, colleagues everywhere. Initially, people will walk away whenever I speak, then it's become, I always exercise my choice of trying. Rejection is somebody else's choice, but I'll keep trying my choice. So within my organization, I explained them, and we have every day 15 minutes meditation in our organization. Yeah, so our people have started enjoying this, and I have a wonderful team. They're taking up more responsibilities. They help each other. Whenever there are challenges, they are able to deal with them proactively. It was right now we are building up our new office where we are building up a pyramid so that all our people and people who are coming there can meditate. So, yeah. So we are trying to spread this message across in and around Coimbatore with other organizations and things like that. Yes, it's been a wonderful journey for me personally, and I would recommend and request each one of you to make this meditation part of your life and see what difference it can bring to everyone. I would end my sharing by saying few quotes by great spiritual masters. Eckhart Tolle says, awareness is the greatest agent for change. Awareness is the greatest agent for change. Great spiritual master Osho says, meditation is the only magic in the world and the only miracle. Thank you very much for everyone for being here. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, well said. And now we'll move to Dr. Asha Pai ma'am, who's flown in from the US for this conference. We'd love to have each one of you speak for a long time, but unfortunately because of the conference format, we're having you speak for less. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you so much. First of all, gratitude to Dr. Chandra sir, Vani ma'am, for all of you, for patiently waiting and giving me this opportunity to talk. Number one, today is an 4th anniversary that I started my meditation journey. And that was during COVID. And at that time, I wanted to be a meditator. And now I'm in a group of meditators, among leaders. I mean, I didn't even think that this is what's going to happen to me. Meditation before that was a 10-minute, a checklist. Sitting for 10 minutes or 20 minutes and saying, okay, I'm done with meditation and on to the next thing. Because that's the way I knew I had to do meditation, but I had no clue. But this Anapanasati meditation, sitting comfortably, was something great because I didn't want to sit on the floor. I didn't want to sit cross-legged. I didn't want to keep my back straight. So I was finding all sorts of excuses why not to do it. Now there is no more excuse, not only for me, for my patients, for my friends, for my parents, the parents of my patients. So it is easy now to go and spread the message too. So when we come out of medical school, everything is black and white. There is a etiology for the diseases, pathology. There are clinical findings, and then you come to a differential diagnosis and then a treatment plan. But when you're put out in the world and you meet people, you meet children, and you recognize the dynamics, you come across a lot of gray areas. You have to really go through these gray areas to figure out what is going on. Is it parental problem? Is it a real child problem? What is this? But then you develop a rapport between the family members. You become the grandparent this child needs. an extra grandparent. That's what I tell the children. I'm going to be in your life for the next 18 years. And you're more than welcome to come and tell me anything you want. They are bullied in school. Attention deficit is there. Obesity is there. All sorts of problems in the US. So it was a lot of challenge to take care of these children, but it was also a lot of pleasure. Because let's face it, if an adult has a backache, doctor treats. Even after you meet 6 months later, you ask the patient, how is your backache? Sometimes I get it. It's never satisfied. It's always lingering. But in a child, it's not the case. The minute they feel better, what ear infection are you talking about? What are you talking? I'm all better. And they're on to, and that's what meditation does to us. We have to become that child. We have to become that enthusiastic person. The person who is going to go out there and enjoy whatever circumstances are there. True, I fell down and hurt my hip maybe. But that is an experience I came for. And that's an experience I need to enjoy at that moment. So that my main theory is I don't want to come another life to experience that. So that is how I look at everything that goes on in my life. Now, the other thing is healing. Healing actually starts in our own mind. When I get that migraine, I make the decision to go to the doctor. Why? Because the trust is there in me that he will help me. So it is my mind that started that cycle. So now what meditation is doing is put more and more trust into yourself. Yes, you need the doctor as a walking stick, but believe in yourself, trust in yourself, know yourself. And how do you do that? By meditation, by spending time with you. Have we ever spent time with us? No. We have been going from, like there is a saying, or at least I have heard it in classes here. We have been going from doing to doing to doing to doing. But now, instead of being the human doing, let's be the human being that we are supposed to be. Being means what? Being still. Being the Buddha. Being who you're supposed to be. Being the enlightened person. Being the light for this world. Being the love that spreads around. So that's what our whole thing is. So even the doctor, when he or she is treating the patient, she trusts the knowledge that she came with. Whatever we have been taught and whatever experience we have gone through with other patients, we make it our wisdom and we present it to the patient. And so we also have a trust. The doctor also goes with the trust that his knowledge is going to be his backup. So both are starting with the mind level. And the only thing is, before meditation, what was happening in my life is there was a small amount of fear.
Before meditation was fear-based. It could be having childbirth. Chandra sir asks us when we go into heart coherence to, imagine, one of the happiest moments. And a lot of people tell about their childbirth and stuff. And I keep thinking, I didn't feel that happy. One, I was so worried about the pain. Second, whether the baby is going to scream when the baby comes out. Then, okay, this is over. Now the baby came to me. Okay, is there a cleft palate? Is the heart beating okay? Is there a heart murmur? It goes on and goes on. Forget about that. My father calls me into his room when I was a student. I am petrified. Why is he calling? Did the teachers call him and tell something? Did I do something wrong? So every single thing, I'm sitting here, I would think, oh my God, they're going to think I don't know what I'm talking about. So all that fear has disappeared. I am a free bird. And this meditation and mindfulness is what is taking me round and round this world. So every problem has a solution, we say. that vibrational level. So when instead of fear, we go into love and gratitude, that treatment, that conversation is going to be a totally new magical world. So before meditation, I had stress, lot of stress, lot of anger because I couldn't get all the time my way, lot of depression for which I even took antidepressant, and look at the fun of it. I took the antidepressant the first day. The second day I felt great. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, wow, Asha, you have done so good. You are a doctor, you are a mother, you are doing all these things. And I said, why are you depressed? But isn't that psych? Because medicine takes 3-4 days to work. But what did I do? Within a day I felt better. Why? Because I was recognized. Somebody recognized me for my problems and tried to help me. So each one of us wants to be recognized, to be known. And in meditation, you recognize everybody is one. There is no second. What I see in you is what I see in myself. So if I see anger in you, oh my God, she's an angry person. I need to go and see what are the things I'm angry at. Is there something I can do to improve me? Because when I improve me, I improve what is around me. So, I mean, this is all my experiences I'm talking.
Wonderful.
And these are all the fun things I'm doing.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, so let me just end with the last one statement. My life with meditation and mindfulness. So mindfulness and being in the present moment. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahave, Brahmagnau, Brahmanamutam, Brahmayavakena Gantavyam, Brahmakarma Samadhi. So what does that mean? Everything I do, what I am talking, what you are hearing, this mic, this phone, everything is one. It is all Brahman. So with that, thank you so much again and again.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. I know we have a lot of successful leaders and professionals. We'd love to hear more from each one of you, but we want to accommodate a lot more people. So that is why we have paused on time. So before we end this session, when me and Chandra met Dr. Isaac Matai at his place, a wonderful place, he was talking about a lot of things that he manifested, right, in terms of being within, doing this meditation. One of the things that we push is meditation for growth and manifestation. Sir, a few minutes of your wisdom and your experience about how your inner silence or meditation helped you with the success that you are.
Also, doctor, how did it feel teaching people English? Thank you. My practice started as a meditation for my personal growth or personal benefit. I started and I took the meditation teachers to my medical college, and our students, about 25 of us, started to do meditation. After a month, only 5 of us left. And after 3 months, only I am the only person, and still I am continuing. So a lot of my colleagues ask me for my success in life, how I say that I am the same doctor like any one of you. But what helped me is only by doing meditation, I got better insight. So when you see a patient or spend time with a patient, your insight will help you. That's maybe a divine intervention, or it may be intervention from the universe, whatever it is, that happens. So that I experienced very young age, and age of 25, 26 when I was working in England, how patients feel connected with you. That connection happens also because your energy changed, your response towards the person is changed, and you started to have the experience of sharing with a lot of people, patients especially. And the time was forward, I realized that meditation is only for nirvana. Meditation is only for insight. Physical things you can get by meditation. Success is not by having a number of patients. Success is how much of healing you can do with the patients. And I would say every doctor is successful by healing and touching and dealing with the patients. So later stage, I was jokingly said that I got very expensive car through meditation. People laugh, are you materialistic? I said, I am a materialistic because through meditation I got a car 15 years before I expected to get that car. I got it only through meditation. So material things is possible. There is nothing wrong with the material things in life which you really wanted. But now, after 40 years of practice meditation, I was in Kumbh Mela a few weeks ago, and early morning I was in Ganges. I did the dip and everything. I'm a practicing Christian. I won't be the only practicing Christian go to Kumbh Mela and do a spiritual journey. And I had been to Mount Kailash also 15 years ago. Interestingly, end of it, in the 3 mornings, I'm doing 6:45 before the sunset. I'm sitting, and sunrise, I'm sitting and doing meditation. So my mind is, what I want, what should I do, put it in meditation. In the last visit to Kumbh Mela, that may be the godly intervention. I said, I don't want anything. I just want to do the best for my patients or those who come to connect with you. So the entire meditation process, now I'm telling people that I don't need any more in every aspect I need for my patients. So whether meditation has effect on your physical body, that's why it's very holistic. Physical body, I can talk hours about how that physical health can be transformed by meditation. All the other interventions are also there. Second is your mind, subconscious mind, that can be transformed. And third is the spiritual. It is the majority of the diseases has the element in the spirit. So remove the element in the spirit. 2 things can work. One is prayer, second is meditation. This people may ask what is the difference between prayer and meditation. I have a very good definition for that. So by the end of the day, whatever in peace of mind, bliss, happiness, money, material things, and once you have all these things, we'll be expressing that with other people, sharing that with other people. I would say sharing with other people is one of the biggest blessings for our human beings. So I hope by practicing meditation, whether you started 1 week ago or 40 years ago, the impact of meditation in your spirit, in your mind, your body is visible in few days' time. And I have, there are scientific study, plenty of scientific study. This is the one thing I ask my patients also, is that your family started to see the difference in you? And all of them say, yes, there is a difference. Then I say, encourage your family to start meditate together or meditate separately. So the only thing is meditation is free, so nobody value it. So if meditation can be given a big money value, then maybe more people come and do it. In India especially, Guruji and everybody give everything free. I always tell Guruji, when you give too much of free, no value for it. You have to charge a little more. That's what I do. And my success is also because I decided to charge more from rich people, so I can help more poor people. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Awesome.
No. We won't talk about our patients, but still, King of England is my patient, and then he also did meditation in Saukya, and they all appreciate yoga and meditation. They appreciate. Yes. No, okay, again about the...
No, I want people to know who you are, because most of the audience do not know. I know you for a long time. Just briefly tell, where did you start treating? How did the King of England come to a private hospital, clinic to be with you for 3 days and goes back? It doesn't happen. It's almost like a miracle. I want people to know, how did this happen? How did it start? Where did it start?
The idea of a thought first starts in your mind. Then you repeat that mantra, anything is possible. So it's not about King of England, I'll tell you. 1989, I organized a conference with the Guruji, where I sent a letter in 1987 to His Holiness Dalai Lama. And I am nobody. So answer was, no, you won't be able to come. But I meditated on that. Some path opened up. So finally, His Holiness Dalai Lama came and spent 5 days with us. I don't know whether you are in that conference, and Guruji was there. Ji was there. So like the spiritual leaders, everybody came. And the same conference, I sent a letter to King Charles, because he's interested in holistic medicine. Again, the letter is, no, we won't be able to come. Fine, that's a normal standard letter. So this process of not only them, so many other people, to connect with them, because those who believe in your philosophy of holism, they also believe, so you can connect with them. So it took several years, and finally, 15 years ago, we had 20 years ago, we had an opportunity to meet, and after that, because of the interest of the King of England, King Charles, into holistic medicine, and he was a patron of the British Holistic Medical Association, then I started to be his personal physician. So like that, things changed, and finally, with all the clearance from the government of England and India and everybody, it took about 10 years for him to, he decided 10 years ago, it took 10 years for him to come in a publicly to medical facility to undergo treatment. And his wife, Kyun, did it 10 times, and he did it 2 times. And I'm regularly meeting him. Interesting thing is, one thing I learned is, whether it's a king or Dalai Lama or a bishop or a Swamiji, I treat them as a person.
Wonderful.
This is what is taught by Bishop Tutu of South Africa. So you treat them as a human being, they will become a human being.
No, he is a believer in integrated medicine also.
Yeah, he is a great supporter of integrative medicines, great supporter of holistic medicine, and King was a patron of British Holistic Medical Association from 1982. Yes. And his book, Harmony in Nature, is all about holism, all about integrative medicine, all about organic farming, health of the planet and all that. So he's like all of us, believe in all these things. And happy thing is, when he is in Saukya 7 in the morning, he get up and he come for meditation, he come for yoga, he does all that practices, and he learned and he practiced and he enjoyed and benefited.
That's what we want to hear from you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We are truly honored by the presence and the inspiring words. They have elevated us a lot. Now, before felicitation, I would make 2 announcements, which are very, very important. That we are preponing our lunch, because I know we all are sitting from early morning because of the VVIP guest arrival. So now we are postponing our Alekhya ma'am's session post-lunch. And second announcement is that MR12, we all know that some few research papers are going to be presented. They are going to happen post-lunch in MR12 hall. And the last announcement is, please do collect your registration kits, the delegate kits, from the registration desk after the lunch. And the reason of preponing the lunch is that we all know that you all are going to be back by 2 o'clock sharp, so that we are not delaying the further function of our. And I hope we all have that kind of trust with each other that we are not going to waste a single minute after lunch. And now I request Mr. Rajiv Agarwal, Architect of Word Bank, Mr. Rupesh Sharma, Director, Heartful Campus Program, and Srinivasan Narayan, Director, Heartful Training Program, all on the stage to felicitate our esteemed guest on the stage. Yeah. Let's welcome, yes, with a huge round of applause.
Hello.